This camera's gonna go to where? To TikTok?
Yeah, so they're just sipping up like any stuff we're just randomly talking about, or just parts of it.
Gotcha.
And that's gonna be
That's all good old fashioned YouTube.
yeah. So if you just like look in between, like don't look at the camera, don't look at the lens. Just if you just look like at Electra's leg, well, where you look, yeah, you're kind of looking. You're looking at Rogue's foot. I'm looking at Electra's side.
So we're technically cross-eyed.
Yeah, so that way we'll
Cross-eyed.
catch both things. You know what I'm saying?
Both lady legs. All right, cool, not a problem.
Foot.
Foot.
I'm looking at. Oh, you're looking at her foot.
Huh?
You're looking at Rogue's foot. I'm looking at Electra's leg.
Just look at the people.
The
Just look at
X-Men. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Popular Culture. I'm Sasquatch, and
and I'm Rico. I'm Rico. Does Sasquatch have a sidekick?
yeah, you,
Oh, this guy.
right? I made sure my bra's on nice and tight today, so we're good,
Sasquatch. Maybe Chewbacca?
right? All right, Rico. Today we're talking about two comics today.
That aren't even out yet. This is the future. The wave of the future.
Well, by the time it comes out, it'll probably be out, right? By
No,
the time this video drops, it'll be
I'm
out.
dropping it tonight.
What, the video?
Fuck yeah. I got no time to be wasting.
You're up until 3 o'clock in the morning for some reason.
No, yeah, it's going to take about an hour to download. I'll do it first thing tomorrow. So then, yeah, it'll be out by Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Cool beans.
All right, guys.
So this is
We're talking about
Amazing Spider-Man #1, coming from the 616.
Okay.
Would you call it a reboot or just, revamping?
No, it's not really a reboot. It's a continuation of Spider-Man because this is after the eight deaths of Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man
That whole
dies.
Storyline. Yeah,
He
he dies like 8 times,
Yeah.
right? Because the whole Doctor Doom storyline and
And
trying
which-
to go around finding the different powers and everything, right?
Who is that? What's that character's name?
Doctor Doom.
No, the guy Dr. Dooms had a place to wager with.
Dormammu?
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 Dormammu.
Dormammu.
That sounds like a medicine.
I mean, maybe. But it's
Yeah,
Dormammu
super
from
strong.
the guy, he's like in Doctor Strange when he's trying to fight the...
That guy?
Oh wait, no, not Dormammu.
That
No, it's the Juggernaut's power, where he comes from that power.
It's Dormammu. Yeah.
That's not Dormammu. This is
Because I remember Doctor Strange was talking about him.
yeah, but he goes and fights the guy who holds the red stone, the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's power.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that guy?
I don't know his name.
Oh my.
I don't remember his name.
That
That guy. That guy that holds the power.
The
Yeah. The guy.
No, not Tesseract.
No, not Tesseract.
Oh yeah.
The Red Stone guy.
We're so terrible at this.
Not the Death Stone, dude.
No.
Soul Stone.
the red stone. There's
The Soul
When
Stone.
they start dancing
Like
over it?
Soul Train, but Soul Stone. What up, all you job turkeys? I'm Carlos Estamito, and this is Soul Stone.
This chair makes too much noise. I don't like it.
You make too much noise.
Well, moving around.
So, moving along.
All right.
Yes.
After that, train wreck. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Soul train.
You bring it back full circle?
Full circle. Stop scratching the table because
I can't help
because
it.
it's gonna mess up the mic.
Guess who didn't decide to bring a skirt today?
Whatever.
You forgot his skirt.
I left my skirt at home. Balls hanging out. What the?
Just want to get it out of my system. I'm done. I'm done.
You don't have your microphone on a stand. It is on the table, so every little thing makes it sound
I
on
just need-
the microphone.
I just need to get it out of my system.
You're good now.
I-
All right. Can we finish this?
Yeah. Alright, I'm completely done being obnoxious. Spider-Man, come on, keep up, bro. Issue 1.
Yes.
Peter Parker. He's having these job interviews.
Or
just
trying to have a job interview.
trying to have
Yes,
a job.
right?
It's the atypical Peter Parker storyline. I don't feel like I'm missing out or getting anything. I feel like I'm like, all right, just another day at work.
Well, we do get a new friend that his new friend that or old friend that he hasn't talked to in like 15 years. Brian. He
Brian?
Yep.
I don't remember Brian. I don't remember Brian.
You read 3 pages. Anyway, so Brian, he meets up with him, right? He meets up with him,
yeah,
and he vouches for him, and he's like, hey, we go back a long way, and you helped me out, you vouched for me, you covered for me, whatever. And they're a bunch of nerds, and now they're their vanguard phase of their lives, whatever. And this is also in the heels of Peter Industries, right? And when he also worked for Norman Osborn,
yeah,
right. So you have all this stuff that happened, and so then when Peter is trying to go for an interview, you're having all these flashbacks of when like him dealing with his spider side, his spider alter ego,
Sandman,
yeah, fighting different people, getting bitten. The first the flashback is him getting bitten, then it's him fighting. So it's him thinking about all these things that are getting in his way of life, of being Peter Parker, and like how he's able to not hold down a job, or he has like these gaps of time. So people like those. So people are interviewing him like, we know who you are because of Parker Industries, of because taking pictures of Spider-Man. But he also has a bad rap of being Peter Parker, right?
Yeah, by being late all the time, making excuses,
or not being there,
just not being there.
Yeah.
I do like the fact, like you were saying, this isn't like a reboot. This is a continuation. We finally get to see Peter Parker grow up. Like, he's out of college. He's definitely not that kid anymore. We got a really brief one panel of the spider bite. We're over the origin. Let's just dive into what's next with Peter Parker. And to me, that's what I got out of this. This is a good definition of what's next in the adult life of Peter Parker.
But they draw him very young. Like, you notice his face. His face looks younger. Like, he's like
younger.
He'll like it's like right out of college. It's not like older. It's not like it's not like Ultimate Spider-Man where he's much older. He has him and MJ have 2 kids.
Well, maybe that's why they chose to go that route. So not saying the viewer would, but I guarantee you that had to be table talk where we can't make him look too much older. Because right now we got a 30-year-old Spider-Man swinging around, an Ultimate Spider-Man. But at the same time, we got to make him look a lot older, or at least significantly older than the last, Amazing Spider-Man run. So, I'm not saying Peter Parker is like adult, like 30s, but he's mid-20s. I think
they made it a point. Marvel's made it a point that like Peter can't age because.
Well, why not?
Because they don't want to age out of him, because they want that young feel for like the young kids can, like, you're in high school, you're in college, that can relate to Spider-Man. That's why they don't ever really age him out because of that principle.
Well, like when I was reading this new Spider-Man, I didn't feel like it was a kid. Like, I'm not saying, I did not feel like it was a kid comic. But what I mean by that is, I'm not saying there's like it's not an X-rated comic or a mature audience comic. It just felt more like a mature Spider-Man. Like, not a lot of punchlines, not a lot of comedy or
this one has a bunch of comedy when he's talking.
Well, he's Peter Parker
to Rhino, and he's like joking around with him, and meanwhile the whole time he's fighting.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. I do remember that. You're right. And one thing, I guess you're right. There isn't I was backwards. Like, Peter Parker's always having some kind of sorrow.
Yeah.
What was that?
Go for it.
He's always having some kind of sorrow.
Yeah.
And something to stress about. He's not doing that in this round.
What?
Well, he's not stressed out. Like, he's having a good relationship. He was even stressed that he went on 19 different interviews in 9 days, got no phone calls, and then boom, a phone call showed up. He was hanging out with Aunt May, helping her around the house.
It looks like Felicia Hardy.
Yeah, she looked like a golden girl.
Right.
You guys know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was a definite cougar.
Getting the mileage in.
Like Silver Fox. Oh, blue hair.
You called me?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. But the artwork is so much better. I'm sorry, Ramada, but the artwork is so much better in this run than the last run of Amazing. but then at the end, we do get
We get a Ramada like another
yeah.
bit of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. It's like another entry of Amazing Spider-Man with Ramada's artwork. And I mentioned to you before we started this, I never really liked Ramada's artwork.
Yeah.
It's like that very wide and like grainy look, or
I liked it in the I liked his 80s style, and I liked him in the 90s to early 2000. But just kind of like Frank Miller. Like, his work was really good in that era as we were growing up reading Dark Knight Returns or any, like, what have you, anything like that. But nowadays, it's like you can tell that it's just there's a remnant of his style there, but there's just there's something off. Something's off about it. And I feel like that's where Ramada Jr. is heading. I don't want him to stop because his artwork is very... It's a classic style of art, of comics. And just like Frank Miller, the classic style of comic art. But at the same time, like... I don't know. I don't want to sit up here and be like, don't detail your work. Keep it simple, stupid. But at the same time, it's like you don't hold back as an artist and keep drawing until your fingers fall off. But
it kind of reminds me of because I've been just recently watching Dragon Ball with my son at home and looking at the artwork of there, and then recently watching the Solo Leveling anime, and it's so much more crisp on Solo Leveling. Where I've been watching now Dragon Ball, and it's just so like wide, like there's no bit of detail. It's just like quick, like a lot of wide shots where you don't see so much. They make it a point that it's wide shots, so you don't have that much detail involved, and it's just like it's just so like I guess I don't want to say dumbed down, but it's just so like really cartoonish. Whereas like the new anime for Solo Leveling is so much more crisp. Even the same thing for you go to Daima. So I was watching Super. You're watching, Daima is a lot more crisp. It has a lot more crisp lines and everything. So I tend to gravitate towards that now, like the more detail, the heavy lines, stuff like that.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the very cartoonish. Like it's like
I know what you're talking about.
They evolved. Like the animations evolved. The comics have evolved. Like in the first version, the first series part of this comic book has a lot more details, a lot more lines, a lot more line work, which I feel like a lot more effort's going into it. Whereas as Ramada's like it's like quick sketches, it's like quick pen work going down.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the quick
Pen work
in a little bit when we talk about this guy over here. But we'll give him some time to breathe. Oh man!
What is it? A bottle of wine?
Oh,
They're gonna open it up. Like,
hopefully it gets better with age. Hopefully that one gets better with age. But Amazing Spider-Man, I am looking forward to see how this turns out. I'm looking forward to seeing all the static it's gonna bring and what other people have to say about it. This issue drops this Wednesday, which I don't even know today's date. What's today's date?
7th.
So that means Wednesday would be the 9th. This guy, yep. So this is gonna Math superhero, Math Man.
Ta-da!
You're gonna have an equal sign right there.
Maybe. For equality.
For equality. I don't know why equality is funny to me. That's bad that it is, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. I love it though. Hey man.
DEI.
So Wednesday, April 9th. Yes, Amazing Spider-Man 1 will circulate around every comic book shop across the United States. And I advise you guys to go pick it up or come pick it up as soon as you can.
What do you give Amazing Spider-Man number? What volume are we in now?
7?
Volume.
I think it's 7.
Right?
7 or 8.
I feel like it should be higher.
I'm giving this out of what?
Out
of 5? I'm gonna give it a 5.
You giving it a 5?
I'm giving this motherfucker.
How are you giving that a 5?
Because the last alright guys, I was last year when the Ramada Jr. run, I was like, yes, Spider-Man's coming back, it's gonna be revamped, and then it came back and I was like, what is this? What is this? This does not look like this doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Like the last run before the Ramada run, oh my goodness, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
Was amazing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then they gave us Hobgoblin. Oh my God, the way he drew Hobgoblin like it was a wooden mask. Ramada, I love you, bro. Keep up the work. But just man, I'm happy that he's kind of backed off of.
Right. On
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
All right.
High five to this one. Give it up.
No.
Hit it up.
No.
Hit it. No.
No. I give it a 2.5.
5.
2.5.
2 and I.
Yeah. And I just decided to give it a half a point. I was going to go in with a 2.
Why?
Yeah, because there's nothing groundbreaking about it. It's okay.
Okay.
The artwork is nice, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's really about it. There's nothing groundbreaking. Like we get what a cool new his friend. Look, hey, I'm Brian. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I can dig that.
He's going on an interview. He's trying to get a job. Oh, Peter Parker's on the outs again, trying to get a job.
Yeah.
He's reminiscing about his old battles. He battled Rhino again for the 50th.
But it looked amazing.
Again, that's why I went up a half a point, because originally I was coming in here giving it a 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting anything new from it. I'm not like, oh wow, this is amazing. Oh, like there's no cliffhanger at the end. Like, okay,
no, there isn't.
There's no major cliffhanger. You have this like
There isn't.
Hobgoblin thing, and he's like he's in the Rhino's apartment up in the Hell's Kitchen. Oh no, wherever Rhino lives, right? So he's up there, and then they have like this splash page at the end of like his like nightmare of his rogue villains, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, okay, he's gonna fight his same villains. There's no groundbreaking story. That's why. I gave it a 2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
You're giving it a 2.5.
Yes.
Wow, I'm giving it a 5. I miss good Spider-Man stories.
Okay.
I miss visually pleasing Spider-Man stories, and that's mainly where my 5 is coming from. Is I like the fact that it looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that we're getting a different type of Spider-Man. We're not getting last season's Peter Parker, where he's stressed and no one likes him, and him and MJ broke up, and his job is on kaputs, and Tombstone is beating the crap out of him, and his friends dislike him. Even Aunt May doesn't like him. Now we're kind of getting a Peter Parker where he's like, you know what, bro, fuck a job. I'll get it when I get it. I got superheroing to do. We're getting that kind of Peter Parker, and I'm digging that one. I'm liking that one. So I give it a 5 until it starts to get crappy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's Spider-Man, so I'm always at minimum 2.
It's Spider-Man too.
It's Spider-Man. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Spider-Man diehard fan, but
goodness, you gave your boy a 2.5.
2.5.
Maybe a solid
I
3.
expect-
Give him a 3.
I expected.
Come
more.
on, let's get him to a 3.
I expected more of him. He
Whoa.
let me down. Let me down. That's what I'm leaving with. 2.5.
Yeah.
My final answer. I'm locking it in. Alex, I'm locking in my answer.
Oh.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna take a break. Let's take a break, and
Take a break.
we'll regroup and we'll talk about Absolute Batman #7 and his fat Asian face.
Oh, you guys will see that. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I guess are we ending it just to come back?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap for our Marvel's review and preview of Amazing Spider-Man #1, which you can find in your closest comic book shop, April 9th, which is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So he says.
Yeah.
And this is Rico and my main man,
Sasquatch.
and this is Popping Through Culture.
See
Peace
you guys
out.
later.